Crews are battling a fire in Burns Bog near Highway 17 in Delta, which has now jumped the highway and is close to several structures in an industrial park. The blaze, which began just before noon, reached about 50 hectares in size by 5 p.m. It is located on the far west side of the bog in an unforested area between 76th and 80th Streets, and was billowing smoke that could be seen and smelled throughout Metro Vancouver. The wind was blowing to the east for several hours, but then began blowing north towards Highway 17 around 3 p.m., significantly escalating the danger to property in Tilbury Industrial Park. I was feeling a little better about it earlier today, but when the wind shifted, it took a lot of us by surprise. We're doing everything that is humanly possible to fight this, said Delta Mayor Lois Jackson. A section of Highway 17 between Highway 99 and an oil connector has now been closed, Tilbury Industrial Park has been evacuated, and the Fraser River is also closed to watercraft. A perimeter has been established and no structures are directly threatened, but several buildings and cranberry farms are close to the flames. Certainly everyone is concerned about their businesses, but at this point we don't believe there's any threat to them, said Delta Police Chief Neil DeBoard. We're lucky it was the weekend, so the evacuation was fairly easy at this point in time. Fire Chief Dan Copeland says there are approximately 80 firefighters from Delta, Metro Vancouver, and BC Wildfire Service fighting the fire. 5 air tankers and 4 helicopters are also assisting. It's very dangerous with the wind direction and the wind shifts. We also have to be aware of soft surfaces and soft ground, he said. There is no word on what might have sparked the blaze. Burns Bog is an important ecological zone in Metro Vancouver, and is the largest peat bog around a developed area on the west coast of North America. Donna McPherson, Fire Information Officer for the Coastal Fire Center, said fighting a fire in a bog can prove to be challenging. In 2005, a fire in Burns Bog that was 200 hectares in size burned for 3 days, and took 8 days to extinguish. Read more. If history is any guide, Burns Bog fire could be active for days. This can be a very difficult fire to put out in the long term because of the peat, she said. In 2005, our crews had to meticulously go through it, actually going underneath the water surface for pockets where material was still on fire. The bog is an important migratory stopping point for birds, with over 175 different species making the area home at one point or another during the year. The 3,000-hectare wilderness, 8 times larger than Stanley Park, is also home to 300 types of plant species. The fire broke out on the west side of the bog where several transmission and repeating towers for local radio stations are located. The AM 730 traffic tower has already been destroyed, and the station confirmed that it has been knocked off the air.